Hello everybody, today on today's video we're gonna be talking and making the last healer guide, and it's gonna be about Disc Priest as a class that is actually being really popular when it's OP, and it's being OP the last patch, and it's gonna be even more OP on this patch. You will see soon why. And let's start talking about the class. Racials for this priest. I think there is 4 racials that are good. Undead, this one, Night Elf, Human, and Orc. Orc, why? Because Orc is back now, because they remove the reduced CC from PvP trinkets and from the Infurious boots, or legs or belt, whatever it was, depending on your class. And evil just depends. I think overall Undead is just the best, because especially a decision, because I think Priest is gonna be insane. So the more Priest you face, the more fears you wanna take. The more fears you wanna take, the more value Will of Forsaken gets. Same with Warlocks. Warlock is OP, so you will get a lot of value from this, and same with Evokers. Yeah. So I think probably Undead is gonna be the best one. Talents. Wanna be quick with this one. I have 3 different talents: a mix, full damgur, full healing. Mix one is just basically with power, solace, and hard discipline. Hard discipline, every time you get 4 stacks. How do you get the stacks? By pressing power solace, power word solace, smite, and mind blast. So you just need to press 4. Doesn't matter the order. Doesn't matter. You do 4 smites, 2 smites, or 2 solace. Sorry. So for example, you can do smite, solace, smite, and then mind blast. And mind blast gives you the last one. Boom, and you get a big penance. You know. So this talent is really OP. And yeah, he has hard discipline, has big synergy with Solace, because Solace gives you mana as well, and this makes the penance free, so it will cost no mana, so you can save 4k mana too. So it's kinda good. And the full damgur one is literally without playing these 2 here, and just playing Shadow Covenant with increased Shadow Covenant duration, expiation, and hard discipline. Full damage. This is more oriented when you play double caster and you actually can spam damage, or when you're playing like 2v2 probably. And full healing, it's just basically playing without any offensive turn arrow, no schism, no hard discipline, no solace, just full stay in the back and do nothing. This one is kinda good, especially for some matchups where you need to avoid CC. So the less you expose yourself doing damage, the better, so you stay in the back. And this is a good one just for people that never played the class before, till they get familiar with the class. So yeah, there is nothing else to explain. Here the talents are the same. You want to play roots into hunters or demologs or DKs, you can just pick roots here. And so instead of soul grip, you know, depends what you want to play. You face SP, can you pick this so you can remove DP every time you dispel, you know, simple. I don't like the pump build that some NA players play. I think it's really troll, especially when I see them playing it. They play without this, so it's even more feed in my opinion, but it's my opinion, so I could be wrong. Anyway, let's go to the PvP talents. This patch, they removed Doom of Light, the PvP talent that reduced the Dome of Light. The barrier, they reduced the cooldown by half, so instead of being 3 minutes, it's 1 minute and a half. And the damage reduction, it was 50%. Now it's baseline, so now the ability is baseline. You need a PvP talent to get it, but instead of, they just remove the reduce the duration one. So instead of being 1 minute and a half, it's gonna be 3 minutes, but it's gonna be 50%. Is 50% damage reduction in arena. So it's kinda sick. You gain 1 PvP talent slot. Talent slot, I think Radiance is just the best one. It does a lot of healing. Before, you was like, maybe I don't play it because I want to be mana efficient. Now it doesn't matter. You cannot go Uma's Disc, especially if you play Inner Light, that reduce all mana cost of all your healing spells by 50%. You can go and Radiance has really good synergy with the 2 set, so you want to play it no matter what. And here it's just all depending on what you like. They add new PvP talent called Absolute Fade, that every time you grip, it will AoE shield everyone that is close to everyone that is on 40 yards range from your team. So I mean 3 allies. So you play solo shuffle and you grip your teammate and the other teammate is 40 yards in range, is in range of 40 yards, everyone will get a big shield. That's probably like 100k shield in arena. So it's kinda insane. And this one is even better with this one, that the grip is 1 minute cooldown. Then we have the other PvP talent, phase shift. Step into the shadows when you cast Fade, avoiding all attacks and spells for 1 second. Interrupts effects are not affected by phase shift. So what it does, I don't know if you guys remember, Holy Priest in Shadowlands had a PvP talent called Greater Fade. So every time you press Greater Fade on a 30-second cooldown, you was immune to everything, but it was 3 or 4 seconds. Now, when you press Fade with this, you become immune to every ability like Greater Fade did for 1 second. Okay, so for 1 second, you're immune to everything except kicks. So you can actually do the old trick that Fade into custom D to dispel all the UAs from an Affliction Warlock, or Fade into dispel the BT from the SP so you don't get disorient, or just Fade to avoid a kidney from the rogue, or blind, or pet stun, or trap, or fear, or whatever it is, you know. And it has big synergy with this talent, reduce the cooldown of Fade by 10 seconds, so it's kinda insane. And there are other talents. I like to play Archangel for more healing. I like to play Strength of Soul into like high melee physical damage classes like Hunter, like Jungle for example, like Warrior, Demon Hunter for example, or like, let's say you face Warrior Feral, like super high only physical damage classes, otherwise it's not worth. Because while your shield stays, it does, yeah, you take less damage. Okay, let's go with the stats. I'm gonna be quick with this. Stats, when the patch came last season, everyone went from Haze Versa to Full Mastery. I tested it too. Full Mastery is the best. I actually played Full Mastery only and I didn't get the highest, but I got some rating. Even though I never played this class, it felt really OP. I'm gonna be playing a lot this season. And yeah, I think Full Versa Mastery. Obviously with a bit of haste that you will get from some items, but yeah. Crafted items. I did a mistake on my priest because I forgot you have another item, another Infurious item, so I crafted the wrong one. In my opinion, you should craft, now that you go master, you should craft this one, the belt that gives you Versa Master, is Versa Master as well, is beast stats, and is that way when you dispel or like interrupt an enemy or like CC, you get main stat that can happen once every 30 seconds instead of the other one that gives a haste proc. And so you should get the belt and you should get the ring that you get on Shaman, on Monk, and Druid. So the ring is when you cannot get it yet, at least 450. But when the effect is basically when you are above 90% HP, you get 250 mastery. So that one is actually based for disc, you know, not because you could play mastery. So I think that's the two effects you need. Tier set on disc is completely bananas, is insane. Two set pulse of the weak damage increased by 25%, insane. That's probably gonna be 12.5% in arena because of the nerf. Power Word Radiance healing is increased by 15%, that's 7.5 in arena, insane. A tournament applied by Power Radiance, because every time you tournament you apply a thingy, is extend, I believe it was, is extend. I mean, last 3 seconds longer, insane. Your spells have a chance to cause your next Power Word Radiance to be instant. So every spell you do, you have a chance to make your Radiance instant and cost 50% less mana, can accumulate up to 2 charges. This is crazy. I mean, the chance, I mean, the cost mana is probably going to be 25% in arena. And yeah, I mean, it's insane. The force it on and choose it on priest, on disc is insanely good. So yeah, this is crazy. Which one are you don't want to use? You don't want to use legs. Because, no, you don't want to use chest. Sorry, chest is bad because it gives you the word stat that is crit, is high crit. Because helmet is a lot of haste, even though it is crit, but it's a lot of haste. Haste mastery good. Chest is a high crit, low versa, you don't want that. Hands haste versa is okay. And legs is just high mastery, that's what you want, and crit. The stats are not the greatest, but the worst one is chest, so you don't want chest. Okay. Healing rotation in PP. On disc, really easy. All you want on disc, make sure have power. try to like have the dots up all the time. Every time you have a global off. Because you will, you know. You will get the stack. Will make your flash of heal heal more. So every time you get a proc, you will use heal more with it as well. You will do big flash of light, and as well you will heal a lot with a tournament. So this priest, it just depends. So if we focus on healing, always you need to track two things. I mean, this is from the old Forset. It's a weak card you don't want anymore. So what you wanna do is like you always wanna penance first to proc this Will of War, or however you pronounce it. So what it does, you can stack it to 7 times, and it's gonna make your next shield bigger. So I do it again 7 times, and my next shield or Solas, my next shield is gonna be 35% stronger. Boom, 90k. Okay, but with this talent, it's gonna decay 3% every 1 second, you know, so it's fine. It's just make it, that's how you do it. You wanna penance into shield. Obviously, try to not get kicked, because otherwise you cannot press shield, you know. That's basically it. Penance into shield. If you get a proc like I did right now from Renew, Flash of Light, it's for free. Try to have Renew up all the time, because see, that's good healing now. You got another proc, boom. This is it. You need more healing, Radiance. Now it's gonna heal even more. I did the rotation roll now. You wanna penance into thingy. Shield. Last season after it, you can just do this too. Then you penance again into shield. Make sure you don't fall Renew, and that's all. And in between these globals, when you don't need to heal because you will top your teammate, you wanna do damage. You wanna you really want to like have the dot up, you know. You can finish offensive sometimes, so it heals the tournament the targets. You wanna Mind Blast sometimes to heal as well. Some smites is completely fine. It just depends on how confident you are with doing damage, and yeah. It just depends how experienced are you on the class. Because sometimes you need to do penance defensively. But always try to like penance into shield. Penance into shield. Penance into shield. Not shield into penance. Penance because of this into shield. When for example, priest, this priest especially right now is a class that you like is how do you call it in English? I forgot. It's like you should not have death globals. So if you don't have penance or shield or this, you just press force of the weakness, and then you just do damage. Then you get the shield back. Then you get your penance back. Then you don't have anything, just spam damage, or dot or purge, whatever. You cannot have death globals on priest, because you can gain a lot of momentum and you don't wanna fall behind at all. Yeah, and that's basically it. Like it's not hard at all. You play Inner Light on Shadow, you can just shop around all the time because no mana to shop it. You want to go offensive, you shop to this, so you do more tournament healing. If you think you're going to need mana, just go to this one. And you just make sure you know. And you just make sure, yeah, you have it up. If you think you want to like it's really hard to on desks now. Important, dots up all the time. Try to get used to doing damage on disc. You need to do damage all the time, but you know, it's good to do damage. And as well, because of this talent, Shadow War Pain and Pulse of the Weak have a chance to empower your next penance with Shadow. Increase your effectiveness by 50%. So at least make sure you have the dot up all the time on as many players as you can. So the dot has a chance to like proc the big penance. 50% big penance. Let's see if it procs, so I can show you. I may show it earlier, but there's no more mobs here. Unlucky. No, there is no more. And I'm getting bad RNG, so I'm not proccing it. And force. Okay, I can't really show you because I'm really bad RNG right now, but yeah, you will just proc it and the penance will be bigger. So that's why you don't wanna have death globals. Penance into shield. You need healing, radiance. Then you get philosophy procs. Boom, boom. Now I fail it. To be honest, you should penance, radiance, renew. Then with these 4 stacks, I do this. I do this again. Penance. Insta flash of light. I mean flash of flash heal. Sorry. Obviously with Holy Pala, because I did the Holy Pala guy today. Let's say if I get the proc again now from the penance, so I can show you. And it's simple. Like this rotation is really simple. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. Macros on priest. You don't need macros on this class. Maybe you can just make party 1 and party 2 swap. You know, because you can swap your team's HP. If you are familiar with party 1 and party 2 macros, if not, you can just start it and press it. But the macros that I recommend that are helping me a lot, especially with Power Solas when I play it, is this macros. So what does this do? Well, let's say I'm turreting my teammate that is, that is turreting another enemy, you know. So let's say I'm playing with a mage and my mage is just or the rogue and is just hitting the guy that you're killing. So with this macro, every time you press Mind Blast, even though you are turreting your teammate, it will do damage to the target of your target. So if my teammate that I'm turreting is turreting the enemy that is killing, your Mind Blast or your penance or whatever you have with macro on, it will go, that ability will go to him. So these macros are kinda nice to do damage on. I wish I could do it here, but for example, if this guy is targeting this guy, if I Mind Blast right now, it will go to him, you know, that's what it means. And this is the instant proc you get. So my penance will be 50% bigger now. And yeah, that's basically the macros that you need. You can do it with Mind Blast, you can do it with penance, you can do it with Pulse of the Weak, you can do it with Smite, Solas, whatever. Any damage ability, even on Paladin, with your abilities, on Shaman, whatever, you know. Any offensive, any damage ability you can do it on. Even CC, I believe. Yeah. I don't think you need more macros for desk. In my opinion, I don't think you do. This to survive when you're getting trained or hard shop. You can never get hard shop on desk. You just get trained. It's like Shaman. So it's just hard to kill in a swap unless Sabrok becomes meta. That it looks like it's gonna become meta. And yeah. Tips when you get trained on desk is just all about don't press all your CDs at once. So you barrier first. You can, try to tank the kicks on the barrier. Like let's say you're 50% HP. Sometimes it's better to tank it while you're in the barrier because you don't die through barrier. Or yeah, just I don't know. There's no much tips. Like priest is really hard to kill. Make sure. I wanna give you a tip soon on the next point, but make sure do not press every button in the opener and just don't get kicked on the worst moment. That's basically it. Because your insta healing is insane. You can remove slows with fade. So let's say I'm gonna give you a tip that this one is gonna help you a lot. You don't wanna fade to remove the slows on city. So you want to get away. You need to find the perfect corner. So for example, this is the corner and here is the 2 millis training me, Zugin. So whenever I know they are slow and I'm about to get in the corner so they cannot chase me, then here is when I remove the slow and I get away, you know? That's one tip that not many people abuse. That you do that on Druid a lot, for example. Or with Shaman, you knock them when you're about to get to the corner, you knock the water away and then you line him so he cannot charge you or the DK cannot grip you or the fella cannot leap to you, stuff like this, you know? These small things matter a lot in terms when you're getting trained or not. Because if you're in the middle of the map tanking them, I'm telling you you're in a timer because you're literally tanking everyone. But when you're getting trained, the best tip I can give you, go to the pillar. And another tip that I can give you is always press PS before you press Raptor. Okay? And all because of this talent. Power Word Shield reduce the cooldown of pain suppression by 3 seconds. What do you do when you get trained and you pop Raptor up? You're spamming shield, yeah? So you just want to reduce the speed of it with, you know? And maybe you can reduce it like 20 seconds, 30 seconds, that's already enough. So we get it back faster. So that's why I recommend to use PS first, and then when you need the healing and you need to survive, you press Raptor to spam shield, you know? Okay, the best comes for this priest, 2v2 and 3v3. This is really easy. It's for every healer is like this. 2v2. This priest with the best melee. It's always like this. Let's say the best melee next season in choose is Demo Hunter. This priest DH. A comp that always works. This priest rogue must be sub or asa, whatever it is, or Ola, whatever. And with feral. Sometimes with hunter works too, because hunter works with everything almost, but it probably works too. Hunter, this priest hunter. Best comp. It's probably gonna be this priest and the best melee. The melee that is tanky, the most tankiest, and does the most damage with big CC as well, you know? So, could be DH. I don't know what the best melee is gonna be yet. I think Rogue is looking good. I think Feral is looking good. Hunter looking good. And D is looking good. So, one of that four. Not sure yet. And 3v3. This piece looks really strong. If I had to guess, RMP is gonna be really good. But if I had to bet what is gonna be one of the best comps, Jungle looks like it was already back last season. But I think now it's even stronger because Priest is even stronger. Hunter is even stronger. And Feral is actually good. I think it's even stronger too. Yeah, no, Feral is actually crazy good. From the wargames I've been doing with viewers and stuff. Yeah, I could already told you that the Feral is insane. So Jungle is probably gonna be one of the best discomps for sure. And RMP as well, but obviously RMP, it depends what you depend on this on the rogue spec too, you know. Common mistakes. Too greedy. People get the habit of holding your cooldowns, so holding their cities. Throwing a PS early on their cooldowns is good. Trust me, it's insane because you have 2 charges, and every time you shield, you reduce it. So don't worry about it. Throwing a PS early is good. Sometimes you don't want a PS, so you end up PSing at 20% and then you have to overlap with swap. Priest is a momentum class. Now it could be a dampening class. Because, I mean, you can't the Priest anymore. Because Priest was in a timer before, but Priest is so OP now that you cannot him. Has good healing, good CDs, good damage, like he has everything. So, you keep your team offensive and you heal. You don't need to do anything else. Like, the class is too OP that it's good to throw a PS. Like, it's like on Shaman, it's good to throw Ascendants. You know? Sounds troll, but it is on Shaman you will lose the game if you throw it. On Priest it doesn't matter. You throw one PS for free, I mean not for free, but to respect the enemy cooldowns, you press PS even though the guy is 90% HP and it won't matter, you know? So just don't be greedy on Priest. It's better to like give cooldowns for like throw them for free than not pressing anything or just overlapping. Positioning on Priest. That's the only weakness Priest could have. I mean weakness. Is just you need to positioning on Priest matters a lot, especially when you have the momentum on your team. So you have the momentum on your team, you can literally end the games alone with your CC. Obviously on these builds, I'm not playing MC, but you could just by just moving close to the healer knows he can get fear, so he's gonna play way different, you know. So the fact that you can feed him into dear mind control, into let's say you're playing root, and it's a Reso summon that cannot remove the root, that could be game changing, you know. Just by the fact that you have the fear available, it could be game changing, you know what I mean? And yeah, obviously if your positioning is bad, especially when you get trained, like I said, Pillar is your friend. You wanna get away from melees. You don't want to get away, you're in the middle of the map. You're in the middle of the map and you press Fate to remove the slow, they're gonna insta-charge you or insta-leap to you, whatever the class it is, and re-slow you. but you're around the corner of the pillar, and you press fade and with the feather, sorry, you will get away. You can actually get away, you know. That's why pillar is really good to kite. Not many people abuse it. Penance kick while raptor up. Okay, this is a mistake that especially last expansion people did when they played Disc. While you have raptor up, make sure, obviously depends on how panic the situation is. If it's 90% HP and he has a big shield, you can go for it, especially you can line on a pillar, but if you press raptor, you're gonna get value from it, of course, and just especially reduce penance cooldown. Sorry, it's been a long day. So the thing is, you cast raptor and you get kick, you cannot shield at all, you know, because you're kick. So you lose the whole value of the cooldown. Even though the kicks are shorter now, it won't matter much, but of course there's a mistake that shouldn't happen. Especially you want to reduce the cooldown of penance too, pain suppression. So watch out when getting kicked. You can casual moving with penance, so you can abuse the pillar and do it. Penance around the corner so they cannot kick you, you know. And this is what I said before, earlier. It's better to throw a PS early than pressing raptor instantly, because PS sure is a strong cooldown, but you have 2 and it races with shields, so it's better to throw a PS first and then raptor, so the raptor will get value and it will reduce penance by maybe, you do it with power infusion, you can reduce it like 30-40 seconds maybe. You spam it, obviously you will use some mana, but it's fine, it's not that much. 30 seconds, reducing PS 30 seconds is a lot during your raptor, so yeah. I think throwing a PS first is good. I think it's really good. Let's go for the addons. Best addons for arena. Big debuffs are recommended. It's really insane. Details to see the damage you do, healing you do, kick, CC, buff uptime, whatever. Diminish to show your own DRs. You're gonna get poly. You can actually get full poly in 8, full stun in 7, full fear in 6. You know, whatever. Omnibar, Omnicity, both are the same but for different players. So Omnibar is to track the enemy offensive, defensive cities or kicks or spells, movement spells, you know. Omnicity is the same but for your teammates that will appear close to the ray frames to see his trinket, their trinkets, defensive cooldowns, offensive cooldowns, kicks, movement spells, you know. Some people use other add-on. S-Arena, I use S-Arena. S-Arena is this one. I use S-Arena Updated, it's called. Some other people use Gladius. That's all up to you, you know. That shows the DRs and racials, trinkets, cast bars, you know. And then weak auras. Weak auras is really strong, especially to check some buffs like this. Or you can check the enemy offensive cooldowns that you do with Omnibar, but with you can make it like you can make sounds with weak aura, so you're more alert. But yeah, I don't do that, but other people do. And weak auras are really strong for PP, so I recommend to get them and just get up. I don't know. There is people that make a lot of weak auras on some streams. I don't, but there is some really good weak auras out there, so make sure to like use that for sure. Tip for shuffle on Disc. You can actually damp now some other healers, but I think you should play as aggro as you can on Disc, because you have insta healing, you have cooldowns to rotate. You know, just keep your team aggro. So go in, PS first, Raptor second. You know, don't power ward. Don't barrier if they need to move out, if you need to chase their teammates. You know, it's better to press a swap or something else than wasting a cooldown that they're gonna run away from it. So you press it while they're stunned or something, you know. And yeah, just keep them offensive, keep them aggro. So heal, over heal as much as you can. You're never gonna as this place, and if you you're an oomer, you're trolling, you know. Positioning in solo shuffle. Obviously, there is a pillar close to your teammates. Be there. Sometimes you have cooldowns, and if you're ahead, press W at the enemy healer and feed him, purge him, and do damage, you know? If you have cooldowns to rotate and you have the momentum, you have the pressure, you literally run up to the enemy healer and feed him on cooldown. Of course, without tanking CC. If you don't want to tank CC, like a poly or stuff, then it's bad. Of course, if you can death the poly, you're good at it, because this will break the CC you take, you do it pre, or you can fade the poly with this talent, you know, or avoid CC with it, then it's good. But if you're not confident on it, it's better to stay in the back, heal, and keep your team aggro, instead of going for CC yourself. Here it's better to press yourself than you're waiting for your teammates to press, so you don't lose the game. You know, like we always say. And with precognition on desk, there is not much you can do your teammates proc precognition. So because everyone miss kicks, everyone, even myself. So watch out with the precognition from a Destro Warlock that will shoot you 3 bolts, and it will literally kill your whole team with it. You need to understand that every time your teammates have kick, something bad can happen. I know it should be the other way, that okay, they have kick, so there is not gonna be damage from the Warlock because they don't want to kick, but you need to, it's like another cooldown, you know? It's like another big cooldown from the enemy Warlock or enemy mage or Boomy, whatever it is, that if they give him precog, the disaster is coming, you know? So you need to watch out with that. Tilt, as I always say, if someone is barking too much, press the ignore button, especially in shuffle. People bark too much, look at me. How much people have ignored on my priest? Because I played 1 week of it, and some people were barking too much, because sometimes when I don't have Lontar on my name, they don't know who I am, you know? Even though this name is obvious. But some people are, oh my god, why you let me die? Of course, some games is my fault. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a robot. I make mistakes too. But I'm telling you, I make less mistakes than 99% of the players that play PvP. But when I make a mistake, I normally admit it unless I'm really tilted. But this player, I remember one of this, like, I think it was, I don't know which one was it, but one of this, I think it was this one, was literally running behind the pillar, getting stunned and dying the classic without trinket. Or like they didn't skin, the feral didn't skin or something like this, I don't know, it was some random shit like that. And the guy came and flamed me, oh, you boosted, how are you on this rating, why am I have to play with demons like you, telling me stuff like this, and I'm like, oh my, I was molding, I was actually molding, but I didn't type anything, because I could literally destroy him in 2 seconds, because the guy literally threw the game alone. But the good thing about this is, like, you need to realize who fucked up. You realize who fucked up, that's enough. You don't need to like tell them, ah man, I'm better than you, why are you talking to me like this? It's fine, just ignore them and move on. You know, like, these people don't know how the game works. You just move on, you know. And if you face a fish super, call the police. Luckily, fish supers are probably gonna be gone. Season starts today on NA, tomorrow on EU, so we will see. I think they're gone. Hopefully they are, because that spec was completely out of control. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Obviously, my Pala and my Priest guys maybe are not as good quality as the other 4 healers, because I don't play them much. I'm sorry for that. I try my best. You guys wanted me to do it anyway, and even though I told you guys I don't play them much. Like, Priest is my worst healer out of all the healers, because I don't play it at all. But I hope I helped enough, and if not, let me and if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. And I'll see you guys next time I upload a video, probably with some talent updates that I will do when they do some changes and stuff. So have a good one, boys. Enjoy the season, and if you guys want to hang out with me, make sure to follow my my Twitch channel in the description, and I see you guys there. Enjoy the new season today on NA and tomorrow on EU. I see you in the arena. Peace.